Y'all can call me crazy, y'all can call me stupid. I might even be premature when I say this, and no, this isn't for clicks. This is genuinely how I feel. Zion Williamson is a bust. Now, before we actually get into today's video and why I believe Zion Williamson is a bust, if you guys don't know already, I do a podcast every single week with my co-host Chill Takes, where we talk NFL and NBA, and the podcast comes out every single week on Thursdays or Friday mornings on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. So if you guys want to go check that out, I will link to those down below. And also, if you guys can drop me a like, it takes 1 second and it helps me in the channel out tremendously. That would be awesome. But now let's actually talk about why I believe Zion Williamson is a bust. Now, Zion Williamson, since entering the league back in 2019 as the consensus #1 overall pick and was supposed to be a generational talent, has not been able to stay upright and maintain his health to stay on the court throughout his 3 seasons in the NBA. While he's only appeared in 85 games, Zion Williamson has had injury after injury after injury, and that is the one and only reason as to why I believe, and many believe, he is a bust. To me, this is Greg Oden and Kevin Durant 2.0 with Zion Williamson and Ja Morant. Zion Williamson, when he got drafted, was 284 pounds at 6'6" inches. He is now, and it is February of 2022, 6'6", 319 pounds. He has put on 35 pounds since coming into the NBA. That is a sheer difference from Giannis coming into the league in 2013, gaining 51 pounds of muscle, being a back-to-back MVP, and being a finals MVP, and he's put on muscle. Big difference. Now, through more of my research, I wanted to actually go down and find all of Zion's injuries dating back to his days in college, and I'm sure I couldn't even find all of them because that's just how many there are. Let me go back to 2019 with his days at Duke. In the big rival game, Duke versus UNC, in the first 30 seconds of the game, he blows his shoe out and has a knee injury. That was one of the more weird injuries that we've seen previously in the history of basketball in recent memory. In 2019 in the Summer League, he had a knee-to-knee injury that kept him out. In the preseason, he had a torn meniscus that kept him out the first 44 games of his rookie season. In the 45th game, though, in his debut versus the San Antonio Spurs, he put on a show, 22 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, and he shot a perfect 4 of 4 from deep. In the 2020 season, he missed the last 7 games of the season with a fractured left finger. In 2021, he had a thumb sprain versus the Atlanta Hawks. I almost said the Atlanta Falcons. He's had continuous injury after injury, and of course, he hasn't played at all this season because of that foot surgery. And now they're reporting he's probably going to have a second surgery on his foot again while he was rehabbing up in Portland, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not even going to get into the optics of him not wanting to be in New Orleans and, he's dissatisfied with management in the front office. That's besides the point. I think that the front office did a great job by acquiring CJ McCollum, and they've got some nice solid players on that team. They really do. But this guy can't stay healthy. Now, talking about when Zion's actually on the court, phenomenal player. But that's few and far in between when you've played 85 games throughout your first 3 seasons in the NBA. He's a career 26, 7, and 3 guy, shooting 60% from the field, 33% from deep, and he has a PER of 26.9, which is phenomenal. You are a top all-star type of player with that kind of player efficiency rating. Now let's actually compare that to a guy like Ja Morant for a moment, who this season is averaging 26, 6, and 7, shooting 49% from the field, 33% from 3, and a PER of 24.6. But the difference is Ja Morant is always there for his team. He's a great leader. He's a transcendent superstar in this game. Ja Morant has already shown the ability to take his team to the playoffs, and they are currently the number 3 seed in the West. Big difference. And here's the difference too with a guy like Zion and other young players in the NBA. Let me use my Magic for an example. Jalen Suggs, Cole Anthony, Franz Wagner, Mo Bamba, Wendell Carter Jr., Jonathan Isaac, Markelle Fultz. The list goes on and on with great young talent in Orlando. None of those guys are Zion when they're on the court. And nor is Zion any of those guys when he's on the court. But the difference is Zion's never on the court. Franz, Cole, Jalen, J.I., all of these guys are great young developmental cornerstone pieces that this team can move forward and build with. The best ability is availability. If I cannot count on you to show up every single game or consistently, and I have to constantly worry about you, you are diminishing something to my team. I'm not saying that you're a bad player, not even calling Zion a bad person. The Magic have good young pieces that will consistently show up and show out every single night. They're young, they're scrappy, and they're learning how to win into today's NBA, even being a bad team right now. Zion actually has decent players around him now. I think that the front office is actually doing a solid job trying to put pieces around him and trying to make him happy. But he can't stay healthy. He can't stop eating the gumbo. He can't stop putting on weight. And that athleticism is going to deteriorate right before our very eyes. Zion, when he's on the court, I'm not worried. But I don't see this guy playing a full season ever. Ever. If we continue an 82-game schedule for the rest of my life and for the rest of Zion's career, I see this guy maybe playing 70 games one time in his career, if he even does. He needs to drop the weight. He needs to get healthy. And he needs to figure it out. That kind of weight is not just going to drop like James Harden getting traded from Houston to Brooklyn and Brooklyn to Philly. That's just not going to happen in a week where we see James Harden just have bad body language, have bad eating habits. He's out partying at the club. And then all of a sudden he's back to a transcendent superstar. Zion needs to take care of his health because this is going to affect him for the rest of his career. Zion Williamson is a bust. Plain and simple. Now, I understand that is a very unpopular opinion. And yes, I'm very premature. He is 21 years of age. I'm about to be 21 in a couple of weeks. I get it. The guy is 319 pounds. Fix it. You are not a left tackle playing in the NFL. Zion Williamson's a bust. I want to hear your thoughts down below. Do you guys think Zion Williamson is a bust? Do you think he's heading on that trajectory to be a bust? Or am I just speaking crazy? I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below. If you guys did enjoy the content and you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure you guys drop me a thumbs up. It takes 1 second and it helps me in the channel out tremendously. And if you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys hit that subscribe bell to stay tuned for more NBA and Jacksonville Jaguars content that I do here on YouTube. But Brett James, aka BJ, I'm out, y'all. Peace.